Yes. Good morning to everyone. Welcome to your English grammar class. In our previous class, we had started with models. We had covered half portion of model. That is, we learned about what are models, how they are used, how they are utilized in the sentence along with the principal verb. We also learned that modal verbs are not to be used alone, but it has to be a combination with the main verb. That is, a sentence has a combination of modal verb as well as the main verb. And we also studied about uses of modal verbs. Altogether, there are six. In our previous session, we covered three, and in this session, we shall continue with the next. So, here we begin with uses of modal verbs. In our previous class, we studied about permission. Which are the words which come under permission? I mean, which are the modal verbs which come under permission? The first one is can, the next is could, and the next is may. When you are asking a permission, can I open the box? May I get into the class? Could you do this for me? Or could I borrow a pen? So you are asking permission with these modal verbs. The next one we did it was ability. It shows the ability of the subject, that is the doer. Here also we had studied about can and could. Although the models are same, that is can and could, but it is utilized in a different way. It shows the ability of the subject there about the noun. For example, he could write with his left hand. That means the ability of the person is shown there. He is having an ability to write with his left hand. So he could. That word could we have used as and to show the ability. The next we can say that John can speak fluently in 10 languages. Okay, so here we are telling about the person. The person is who? John. The ability of the person is focused in this sentence. He can speak in 10 languages very fluently. So, can and could we have learned in permission also, and we have learned in ability also. Only thing the sentences changes, and we come to know what exactly it is focusing on. The next we had it as obligation. Obligation is nothing but the duty, as I told you. Must, should, ought to, have to. Something which is compulsory, something which is mandatory. You have to do it. There is no other option. We have to wear helmet when on road. We ought to go to school today. That means there is no other option. We have to wear uniform for the function. So such words must, should, have to, ought to, these all come under obligations because it indicates one sort of duty towards something. You are doing a duty without any option. That is compulsion, which shows compulsion. So these three we completed yesterday. First was permission. Second one was ability. And third one was obligation. Now let us look into the next one, the fourth one. What is the next is advise. Giving a piece of advice. When you are giving a piece of advice, which modal verbs will you use? You can say here should. You are giving an advice. You should wear clean uniform. You should be punctual to school. That means it is an advice given by your teacher or by your parents or by your seniors. So here we can write the examples. This advice I will write here. You should be punctual to school. Yes, can you see it clearly, children? Is the board visible, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for advice, here you are giving an advice. You should be punctual to school. Now, one more I will write here. You should visit your dentist. Now, this is the advice which is given maybe by your teacher. You have a toothache and your teacher gives you an advice to go and meet your dentist. So, you should meet your dentist. This is an advice which is given. One more. You should try to lose your weight. This is also an advice. You're going on putting on weight, or maybe you're very thin, you have to gain a weight, and then the advice is given to you all, you should gain some weight. You should lose some weight. So the piece of advice which is given with these models here tells us about advice. Let us see the next one. Which is the next now? Next is possibility. What is the meaning of possibility? May or may not. I may come or I may not come. Okay, that is a possibility. Means not sure. You're not sure about telling something, or you're not sure of going somewhere. You're not sure of doing something. So that is might and may. This gives you might and may. Now here, for example, this is about this. I might go to town tomorrow. So here might, and again go is a verb here, principal verb. I might go. So there is a possibility of going. I'm not sure whether I'll be going or I'll not be going. But I'm just putting it up as I might go. It might rain in the evening. Okay. It might rain in the evening. We don't know that whether it's going to rain or not. Looking at the weather, we say it might rain, or maybe it's going to be the same, or it might be sunny also. Now, may, if he may come, he may come to school. That means not sure. He may come, he may not come. So again, this may is come here. This may we had learnt in permission. May I come in? It was learnt in this part. But again, this may is come in possibility. But there is a variation, change in sentence. Here we use for permission. May I come in? May I get in? May I do this? But now here for the possibility, here it is used as he may come, she may come, teacher may come tomorrow, I may go to hospital tomorrow. So this is a possibility, not sure. Got it? Next will be the same, it goes with probability. It is one and the same, possibility and probability. That means might and may. Probably I may come, I may not come, I might go, I might not go. So this both comes to the same thing. Now, under this permission, we have some kind of sentences wherein it goes for a polite permission, okay, that we are going to see now. Here for advice you can have ought to also, okay. Here I have written should, ought to. This is also used for advice. You ought to come tomorrow at any cost. That means it is compulsory. That is an advice given to you. So here we have covered with the 6 uses of models. The first one, permission. Here I will write it. Can, may, could. Then is the ability. Okay. Ability again. Can, could. Obligation means again duty. Must, have to. Advise, should, ought to. Possibility, might, may. Probability also same. So these are the modal verbs under particular category. We will be using it. Understood? Now I will put few sentences on the board. You have to tell me under which category those sentences belong to. Right? Till here, is it understood, children? This is understood? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Every modal verb is used under one or the other category, but there are few which we use often again and again. So only thing you need to do is you need to understand. Now, if you have your textbook, just open there, page number 130. Quickly, we will just go through and then we shall go to the solving of the exercises. Page number 130, 131.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Modals are the auxiliary verbs which express the mood or attitude of the speaker. Some of the main modals often used are will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, ought to. See, there are so many they have mentioned in this. They express ability, possibility, permission, power, request, willingness, etc. The modals always take the principal verb. As I told you, the main verb. They show the mode or the manner of action denoted by them. They usually indicate present or future time. The modal have and used with should and could refer to the past. Now, under this, they have given uses of modal verbs. Now, can is used to express possibility and capability or to seek or to give permission. For example, the rose can be black also. Possibility. You can solve this sum. That is capability. You can take my car to go there. Okay. That is even giving a permission. You can go. One is seeking permission. Can I come in? Yes, you can come in. You can go out. So, giving permission as well as seeking permission. Could is used to express ability to do an act, to express polite request, or to express possibility or something. She could solve the problem. That is the ability. That means she is having the ability to solve that problem which is been given to her. Could I take your car? This is a polite request. Could I take your car? Could I borrow your bag? Could I borrow your tiffin for some time? So, this is a polite request which is made. It could be true if you verify it. That is to express the possibility. May is used to show possibility, to seek permission, to express a wish or to express a purpose. Now may is also used for asking the permission and to give the permission also. For example here, may I come in? As we said yesterday in that sentence, This is a regular thing which you use it in your school. May I come in? Okay. Suman may get a scholarship this time. This is showing a possibility. Suman may get. How did we study now? That is may and might. That there is a possibility that he may or she may get a scholarship. Okay. Rahul may go and participate into the competition. So that is a possibility. May God bless you. That is to express a wish. You say, no, may God bless you. May your all dreams come true. So this is a wish which is made. We are going there so that we may seek their help. That is to express a purpose, your intention. We may go there, we are going there so that we may help them. That is, you are showing a concern towards them. That is to express the purpose. Might is used to express a weak possibility, to make a guess, or to express a mild reapproach or dissatisfaction. He might marry her, he might be her father, you might do it some other time. So this is also a possibility. Might, not sure. Okay. Next, will and shall. Now this will and shall we use it for future tense, isn't it? Now see here, it is used to denote future action, to express a promise or intention. The leader will arrive at 7 p.m. I will help you. I will consult the lawyer. So this will tells us about the future intention or the promise. I will do it. Don't worry, you say. That means you're promising. You're promising someone that you will be doing it for that particular person. Shall is also used to express the future action. For example, I shall complete it soon. If your books are not complete, notes are not complete, you express your determination, saying that no, I will do it, I shall do it, I will complete it by evening, I shall submit it by afternoon. So this is your to express your determination. They shall honor their commitment. Shall I put out the lamp now? That is to seek to express the future action. Would is used to express the past equivalent of will. Will, would. And what you say, shall and will, which is used for the future tense. Would is used to express past equivalent of will, to express a past habit. I would listen to old songs for hours. I would, that is past. It is used especially in the past. Would that I were a bird. That means you're just dreaming about if you would be a bird. Should is used to express the duty. We should do our duty. That is an obligation. We should respect our elders. It's a duty. Must also shows probability and express necessity. He must do it. I had to wait. Sonia must be 18. So this is just a probability, that is may, might, same with should, must also. Need and ought to is used to express the moral obligation. We ought to help poor. It shows about the values, about your moral duty, what you are having towards your country, towards the people. We ought to come in time. And need also, it is used to express the absence of necessity or compulsion in the negatives. We need not meet them so soon. He need not come here at all. Dare is used, that is, he dare not oppose me, dare not to do this again. And used to is used to express the past habits, that is, we used to smoke, he used to play hockey, that is, in the past tense, used to. We used to play on the playground when we were small, that is, we used to, again, used to indicate something about the past. So here we have covered about what are models, types of models, uses of models, examples of models, everything we have covered it. Any doubts still here, children? Anything you need to ask?
No, ma'am.
Shall we go for the solving of exercises?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Here I will put few few sentences on the blackboard. You need to tell me under which category it comes. Can you see the board or shall I write it down?
Two camera.
Now you can see?
Ma'am.
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. He must be tired working all day long. The next, smoking can cause cancer. The next, excuse me, could I just say something? Next, may I suggest an idea? Next, you should have come to school yesterday. Is the board visible, children? Can you all see the sentences?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now quickly try to solve. Tell me which are the modal verbs. Tell me which is the principal verb, and you need to tell me about the uses of modal verb. That is under which category it has come. Come on quickly. One by one, okay? Don't give answers in chorus. Once you finish, just let me know. Done with
Ma'am
the
is first.
first one. Okay, who is going to tell me?
Ma'am, Sunny.
Tanish. Okay, come on, tell me, Tanish.
Ma'am is first. Second is a mixed name verb.
Loudly, beta, loudly.
Ma'am is first sentence the
Huh.
word made.
Where is the principal verb?
The finish second.
Where is the principal verb? Yes.
Ma'am working.
Walking. Okay. Then, where is the modal verb?
Must.
Must. Okay. Now you tell me under which category it comes.
Ability.
He must be tired working all day. You are giving a logical conclusion. You are concluding something. Okay, you are giving a logical conclusion. That means he must be tired working all day long. You are concluding something. This is called as a logical conclusion. Next, go to the next one. Smoking can cause cancer.
Ma'am, in second sentence,
Huh.
people
Where is the modal verb?
cause
Huh? Cause. Cause is the modal verb. Can.
and can.
Okay. Now you tell me what it is. Can.
Advice.
No. Advice. You are giving advice. What it is? Smoking can cause cancer.
Possibility.
Possibility. There is a possibility. It may cause, it might not cause. So here in this sentence, this is a possibility. Smoking can cause cancer. So this gives you a possibility. Next one. Who will tell? Excuse me. Could I just say something?
Could.
Could. Okay. Then where it comes under which? It comes under
Permission.
permission. Very good. It comes under polite permission. You're asking. You're asking a permission. Excuse me. Could I just say something? So it comes under polite permission. Very good. Next. May I suggest an idea?
May
May.
what
What it is?
then permission.
Permission. Okay, good. Next. You should have to come. Sorry, you should have come to school yesterday. Should.
Should.
What is this? What is it? Should. It is a yes. It is an advice. You are giving a piece of advice. You should have come yesterday to school. So this is an advice which is given to your friend maybe. Okay. So you should have come to school. Should here is used for giving advice. Yes. So is it clear, children? Any difficulties under this topic, in this topic? Anything you have not understood? Followed?
Yes, ma'am.
Followed? Everyone is followed this? Only you need to remember the types of modal verbs and the usage, how they are used, because it is confusing. The same one modal verb is used in n number of sentences, but the variations, there are variations according to the usage. Can is used in 3-4 sentences, but it differs there. It is used for permission, it is used for ability, okay, it is used for possibility. So you need to understand the sentence which is being given, in which sense the sentence is, whether it is a permission asking, whether it is a possibility or what it is. So don't be in a hurry to give your conclusion. You need to read the sentences properly, see where the modal verbs are used and how it is being put up into the sentences. Then only you need to write it correctly, whether it is for permission, ability, or for obligation, advice, request, whatever it is. Clear to all? Yes? So we have, yes, we have completed with our model topic. I want you all to solve the exercises. If at all you are not submitting your books for correction, you all can go ahead with your exercise solving. In my next class, we will be doing revision regarding your UT. I will be discussing about how the pattern comes in the, for your UT 1 paper, what type of questions you will be getting to answer, and we will be discussing about some few things how you need to appear in your UT 1 paper. Clear to everybody?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Question.